What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another mental gym video in which I give you guys mental exercises you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I have a really important mental exercise to teach, and it's one that will help you achieve and accomplish your goals much, much faster. Because I know all of us want to become successful sooner, and we can if we make sure to do what matters instead of what doesn't matter. And that's what brings us to just do. And well, I kind of stole this from Nike, but I just took out the it. But point is, that comes to just do. And the definition I came up with for just do is almost never talking about your goals, only acting on them to achieve them. Important thing here, almost never, and only acting on them. So I want to talk about almost never really quick before I get into the rest of the mental exercise. And essentially what I mean by almost never is obviously there's going to be some people you need to talk to about your goals. Why? Because they can help you achieve your goals. And these would be people who've achieved what you want, people who want to achieve the same thing as you and you can work with them, or people who have achieved what you want and you can work with them. And it's going to be important to communicate with these people because they have information that can help you achieve your goals. And obviously, if you don't tell them what your goals are, how will they be able to help you, right? And essentially, this is what makes up a value circle. And the value circle is a previous mental gym video that I've made in the past talking about these types of people and having as many of these types of people around so they can help you achieve your goals. Because now you have all this knowledge and information floating around with these people that you have around you that can help you achieve your goals, of course. So it's important to have these people around, and I'll link that video in the description, so you should definitely go and check that out. So that's what I mean by almost never. But other than those people, you should pretty much never be talking about your goals, because otherwise the other people you'd essentially be talking to can't help you. So there's no need for them to know what you are doing. You don't need to talk about it. You just need to do what you need to do. And if they really want to know, they'll find out from your results and what you have done. Because the reason why talking about your goals is pointless unless it's with your value circle. So I'm gonna even add the almost never. The exception is value circle. Like, that is the exception. This is the only exception. Other than that, you don't need to be talking about it. But essentially, if other people want to know what you're doing, they will find out from the results and what you show, not what you tell. You don't need to talk to them about what you do. You just need to do what you do. And from the results of your doing, they will see. Right. And the reason why this is important and why I believe you guys should do this is because it will help you focus more on what matters and less on what doesn't. Because it is exciting and it is fun to talk about what you're thinking about doing, what you're drafting, what you want to do. It's fun to talk about it. But ultimately, that energy is wasted that could have been used on just doing what you want to do and just starting and just taking the first step, making the first post, making the first email, going to that first place, talking to that one person. Like, doing is what gets you what you want, not talking or thinking about doing. And I don't want you guys to waste energy on things that don't matter, because the point is you guys want to get to your goals faster. You want to become successful faster. So the only way to get somewhere faster is by doing the things that will get you there faster. And that is doing, not talking about doing. And that will take us directly into the first part of this mental exercise to make sure you're just doing, not talking. And that is awareness. And awareness is always going to be extraordinarily very important for you to be able to accomplish whatever goals that you are after, right? But in this case, for just do, what you need to be aware of is your talking. And what you need to do is become aware of you talking about your goals instead of doing, and practice talking less, right? So what I mean, the whole reason you're going to become aware is so you can practice talking less. Because maybe right now, if you're first hearing about this, or maybe talking less and doing more, something you've already heard of, you're already someone who likes to talk about what you're doing and say, I'm doing this, 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 or I want to do, or I'm thinking about doing. Like, you want to talk about it, even while you're doing. I'm actually going to add that in. So even while you're doing, you don't need to talk. You just need to do. You don't even need to talk about what you're doing. As long as you are doing it, that's what matters. You don't need to talk about it unless it's with your value circle. Otherwise, you don't need to talk. So you need to catch yourself when you want to or when you are talking. And you need to tell yourself, okay, I don't need to do this. This does not matter. Me talking about my goals does not matter. All I need to do is do. And if I want people to know, then my results will speak for me. And this will then shift your mindset. So because now you can't talk anymore about your goals, you have to do more to get results to basically, so people will find out or people will know. And I'll tell you guys a quick story of how I've personally experienced this. So when I was a sophomore in high school, I really wanted to go D1 for soccer. And essentially I told people in my group chat, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And people just got right to clowning me. They're like, you have no shot. You're not good enough. You know, they just started going on me, talking mad shit. And obviously it made me very, very angry, and it made me very, very vengeful. So from that point on, I never talked about it again, but I got right to work. So for the next 2 years, all I did, my life was completely dedicated to soccer, becoming a better player and signing a D1 contract. That's all I cared about. I was obviously, people, my friends and stuff were seeing me, family members were seeing me, but I was never talking about it. I was in the background. I was working hella fucking hard and going hard as I possibly could. And eventually it happened. In winter of my senior year, I ended up signing the contract, and I remember I posted it on my Instagram, and it was obviously crazy because I had not let on to anyone. Like, nobody knew what I was doing. Other from that point when I had mentioned it all the way back during my sophomore year, I had never talked about it ever again. I was just doing hella shit. So when it happened, everyone was like, damn, I didn't know you were doing this, blah, 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 blah. Because the thing is, you weren't supposed to know. They weren't supposed to know, because the only thing that matters is that I was doing it. And now my results have come to the light, so you know now. And you're supposed to know now, because this is when you're supposed to know, when the results are now speaking for themselves. And I don't need to tell you what I'm doing. I'm showing you. And that's what matters. Why? Because now they know, and I've accomplished and I've done what matters most, which was doing. Because you can show, you can tell people by showing, you can tell people by doing. You don't need to tell anyone anything. You need to do, so the doing tells, the results speak. And that's the way you want to operate, because then it shifts your brain so you focus on doing what matters. That's the whole goal of this whole mental exercise, and the important thing I'm trying to impart to you guys. I want you guys to focus and put all your energy on what matters most. And to do that, you have to remove your energy that you were giving from things that don't matter. You need to remove your energy from talking and put it into doing. That's the whole point of this. Right. So for me, it was a crazy thing, because everyone was like, damn, you did all this. And a side benefit of doing this, of course, is you will gain respect from people. And I'm not saying that is directly related to achieving your goals, but I would assume many of you guys want respect from other people, because it's nice. It's nice for people to respect you. So if you do more and don't say anything, and people see the results of your doing, they're like, yeah, you know, that guy, he's somebody who takes care of business. Like, you on the other side of the screen, you'll be someone who takes care of business, and people will know that. And people won't feel like disrespecting you, because they know you take care of shit. They're like, yeah, that's a guy who's going to take care of shit. He's not going to talk about it. He's not going to show no one, but he's going to be taking care of shit. And I would believe most of you guys want to be respected. So that's like an added benefit of this. But the main thing is, you need to get aware of yourself talking, and catch yourself, and practice stopping yourself. I'm not going to say this is going to happen instantly. Like with any of the mental exercises I've ever taught, it's not going to happen fast. It's not going to go quick. You're not going to immediately be able to be good. You have to practice. That's why it's an exercise. You have to regularly do it so you get good. So you have to become aware and pay attention to your talking, and lower it as much as possible. Almost, like I said, almost never talk. Just never talk. In regards to something that involves you achieving your goals, don't talk. Just do. Just do, 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 do. And take the energy from the urge to talk about it and put it more into doing, because the doing will speak for you. And the harder you work, the sooner your doing will speak. So if you want to speak about your goals, do it. Don't talk, literally do, and then the doing will talk. So you want to catch yourself, become aware, get familiar with the feeling, and be like, no, I don't want to talk. I need to focus on doing. And the less that you talk, the more you're going to want to do, because now that you can't talk, you'll do. Because that energy needs to go somewhere, and you should put it in doing, because doing is what matters. So plus, obviously, once you get good at this, you move on to plus just do. Literally the name of this mental exercise. You just want to do, just do. And you want to get to a point where it's very extreme, where you're just doing. Like, you're not even saying anything, you're just taking action. And I'm telling you, once you get to this point, because I've been doing this for a while, Like, this is one of the mental exercises that I've taught that have probably been, that was all the way back in, or I started doing it all the way back in like 2016, this whole just do thing. And it has served me so much and got me way further ahead in just learning and taking action and learning different things, because I just do shit and achieving my goals because I'm just doing shit. I'm not talking about shit. And if you want to find out what I'm doing, my doing will eventually show you or tell you. I don't need to speak about it, because speaking about it doesn't matter. Doing is what matters. And the doing showing you is what will really matter, right? I'm not saying you were doing so you can tell other people, by the way. That's not what my point is. I'm just saying eventually your doing will tell people anyway, so you don't even need to bother doing it by telling physically or literally telling them. So you just get to a point where you just do. And this is just incredible and so important, because when you get to a point where you just do, you get where you want and you get to your goals much faster. You skip all the bullshit that most people do, which is talking and yapping about all the shit that they're planning on doing in the drafts and the whatever. And the thing with that, people also lose trust in those people. People often, you probably have lost trust in people who say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they don't end up doing it. So you know, okay, that's a 50 person. This is a guy who's never really going to do what he says he's going to do. But when you're just like this, I'm telling you, you will gain major respect from people, because people are going to know, yeah, I know he's not saying anything, but he's taking care of business. And I would assume you'd want to be a guy who takes care of business. So yeah, so that's pretty much my just do mental exercise. Please give me feedback on this. Did this make sense? Do you now understand that, yeah, talking is pretty pointless, because no one ever became successful from talking. Like, let's be real. No one ever became successful from talking about their goals, obviously, unless they were talking to their value circle. No one ever became successful by talking. Everyone has become successful by just doing, by doing and doing and doing. And if you take away all your energy that you were giving to things that don't matter and put it all into things that matter, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get to where you want to go. So you need to become aware of your talking, lower it to almost never, unless it is your value circle. Basically, never say anything about anything. It will take practice. This is why awareness is important. You need to become aware of the feeling, get accustomed to it, and then stop yourself and redirect that energy towards just doing, to the point where you're literally just doing. You don't even talk. The minute you think you need to do something, you just do that shit. There's no, let me talk to this friend about it. Let me talk to this other random dude about what I'm doing. Just literally say nothing and do everything that you need to do. If you need information and you need to have conversations, just talk to someone in your value circle. Or you could give feedback and say, this was stupid. You could have explained it better, given better examples. You could have better worded this or said it in a simpler fashion that could have allowed you on the other side of the screen to better understand this, so you could better use this and apply it directly to your life. Whatever you need to say, drop it down in the comments. It all helps me become a better YouTuber, to create better mental exercises that will better help you guys achieve whatever goals you are after. And if you liked it, please, please, please like the video, boost us in the algorithm so more guys will be able to see this, and make sure that they are just acting, because acting is all that matters. And with that being said, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next Mental Gym video. Peace.